Alright, we should be going live real directly. I know. It's a horrible thing. You never really expect any technical difficulties when you get them. However, I got them. We're going to try and salvage this and make it work the best that we can. And see if it works today. With that, we're going to switch over. Everything went down with the whole setup. Pretty disgusted with the technical difficulties I went through today. So, we're going to try and fix this HP. We're going to switch over to the above bench view that we have there. Sorry about that switch over. That is, well, that is an HDMI switch in action. That's how we're gonna cobble our way through this video. So, let's get this going and see how bad this actually is. Try and get these on. I need to get bigger gloves. Definitely bigger gloves. These small ones don't fit too well. But hey, they were cheap, and in a pinch, they worked. You know, I wish I had an idea about what on your live stream, if there's somebody watching or not, who, you know, and oh wait, we can flip over here. I do have this one up and running. That's a whole nother thing. We got the live cam up and going. And basically the problem with this guy, and I never really liked all-in-ones, but let's go back to above the bench. See, now that switches seamlessly. The other one, not so much. Oh, I wonder if I'm about to get company. I am at work. Is somebody gonna come beat on my door? Maybe. Let's tear this off here. What happened with this guy here was the display cable was bad. And it's all too common. And I've read a lot, and usually it was some of the older ones too, but some of these models, from what people described in the HP forums, is it would boot up with just a black screen, nothing going on. So that's no good. You don't want your computer not working. Black screen doesn't work. Black screen, no good. We do this without bumping the mic. Hopefully. Alright, let's get this tore off here and see. Anyways, this one here, what I finally did figure out with it was when it was put together, there's a metal piece that covers the whole motherboard area underneath the leg here. And like up around, and it also, you can't really see it now, but just like this metal, maybe you can, just like this metal thing here that the hard drive sits in, there's a metal cover for the RAM, and that locks into the metal piece that sets over the motherboard. Well, that metal piece, they had all these cables bunched up with this wee tiny hole to go through. So yeah, that didn't end up working out too favorably. So we're going to try and tear this guy apart, put the new cable in. The new cable runs up around. I could probably honestly get it in there without much trouble, but I'm going to take this off to get it out of my way. I don't want to keep leaning over it. But first, I should remember how it comes off, correct? Yes. Magnetic screwdrivers, I love them. Alright, we have that piece. And we have that piece. They're loose. Alright, I'm going to set them up there. What else can we get at? These ones should let this leg come off. Depending. Oh! Maybe we shouldn't take it off. Maybe that's a worse idea than I thought. Because In these ones, you have stuff in the base. You have Ethernet, USB, a sub out, the power cable, and your Kensington lock. So I don't think we need to tear that off, now that I think about it. Alright, with that, let's get going. Let's get this cable in. And I wish I had the pictures queued up on my computer. I would 100% show them to you. Maybe I'll put them... No, I can't put them in later. And it'd take too long to get them right now. This old cable was whacked. It got pinched. And how these are made is there's like a bare wire outside this taped up, outside the taped up insulated wires, and it got pinched, and this wire was shorting out, and it was getting hot. I'm surprised it didn't kill the computer, to be honest, but this HP lived another day. And if you would wiggle the wire, it would actually keep working. So let's compare the two, see what we got. Oh yeah, the ends are the same. They're even bent in about the same places. Well, that one comes down. I wonder if we need the... You know what? I'm not gonna... I unraveled the black... Oh, the black tape's not unraveled on this one. Duh. Okay, dummy. Let's start getting this cable routed in here. And, go home. That would be nice, but I know it don't go like that. Alright, we're going to plug it in here. I do have... Oh boy, how do I do that? I have the right, and then I have me. And the zoom would be that one. Oh, that does work. So above still works? Above does work. Is it? Okay, so I can still use this to switch. And hopefully... With any luck, you are not seeing a massive delay in the audio. Now that's when I have to use the switch to go to the face cam. Horrible idea, but all the profiles and everything I set up with OBS, yeah, rough. Live streaming, when you want to up the quality too, let me switch back. We'll go right. We'll go stage right. When you want to present like a little bit more quality of a show, it yeah, doesn't work the way you think it works, and it takes some getting used to, and just the technical know-how, like when stuff goes wrong, what to fix. Like, I'm a computer person into tech. But live streaming has definitely been one of the bigger challenges I've underwent in the past few years as far as technology goes. Another thing about this, I bent these up to get this cable out. They had it wrapped in there like a real crazy way. Had this one in, and then it was actually between these two. I think we're going to try and cheat it. Let's go to the zoom. Is that zoom? That's above. That's zoom. Ooh, maybe I should zoom in more, huh? Alright, we'll tuck that in. I think as long as we just keep them out of the way and wrap it through the few places where it's obviously causing a problem and being in the way, then I think we'll get away with it just fine. Let's feed it. Well, I guess we don't have to feed it. We can just unplug this one and then run through there. Get it tucked in. In all the places it takes turns, if you are somebody that is doing one of these repairs, all the places that your wire takes a turn, not all, but some of the main ones where it's bunched up, they got this black tape around it. So try and get that lined up. If you have extra, you shouldn't have extra. You don't have much room to spare. Not too much room to spare whenever you are running these cables. Okay, let's do this. We're going to lift that up to get a little more cheat room to get that out. We'll go under it, put this one in, then put this one back, and then put that back. Okay. Continuing up, and run up here. And could this cause a fire? I don't know. I said on the podcast, and I don't know if it was on one of the live streams for the podcast, that it could have caused a fire. I mean, maybe, I guess, if it had kept grounding out or shorting out. Who knows? I didn't see what all was going on in the thing, so I have no clue whatsoever. Those are there, but they're taped. So if we go there, it looks like it goes in between, but those are taped together. That's dumb. Did they really just wrap that down around? Oh, they did, and then it was under this one. Okay, I remember. Yeah, this is the one I was like, I gotta take all these wires out? Really? Yeah, they bunched them up kind of crazy for how this thing goes together. I'd never seen anything like this built inside, but man, don't want to either. It was not friendly. No, we're not laying this down on the display. Like the 2x4 propping up the face cam. This is actually on some mouse pads, so we don't want to scratch up this customer's display at all. Now to go through the rat's nest. That one's unplugged. We do have, and if you do, also another note, if you are somebody doing this repair, don't forget, right here at the end of the cable by where the socket where it plugs in, of course you can't miss it, you'll see it right here. There's a ground screw. It screws down to, not dislocate, well, it'd be that one or that one, one of the two. Excuse me, one of the two it screws down to. So let's go back to the above. There we go. Under the nest, rat's nest of cables and up through. And then don't forget to tuck it under these metal pop-up tabs. There are a few of them that come through. And they have two real close together here. I don't know what the deal was with that. This one goes through there, and then you can get this other cable to go in there also, and then it loops up, and then this one comes through. I think this, yeah, that was the doubled up one. And the whole problem was, like I said, the metal shield that goes on with this excuse me, bunch of cables, it just got pinched. And when you send heat through wires, insulated wires, over time that insulation is going to degrade a little. Just, well, one, just from age, and two, the heat going through it's going to help it degrade a little bit, I'm sure. So do make sure, there it goes, that when you run these wires back through, they're not being pinched like they were. That was kind of crazy. They had them all tucked in a little pile right here, and the one that goes from here and the ground screw all the way down to here, the display, it looks awful. The insulation, the tape wrapped around it, and then some of that black tape, it was layered up pretty good, and hey, it happens. And I'm guessing this is some other people's problem out there, so check this. The pinch point, like I said, was right here where all these cables are bundled up. There's not a very big hole to go through the shields. And let me grab that shield if the audio don't cut out because I'm too far away with the wireless mic. There we go. Okay. Okay, says the computer. Okay, says the shield. Right here. They don't, they don't give you a whole, is that it? Oh no. They don't give you a whole lot of room. This is where this big cable comes out, right here. This, what is that, SATA? Let's check this connector. SATA, yes. Okay, so the SATA cable comes out, as you can see, when you put this on where it goes. SATA cable comes out here. All this other nest of cables here comes out this little area right here. You don't get much room at all, like none, little to no room, just from there up. What, 1/4 inch, if that, 1/8 inch. So do take care in tucking your wires in and trying to lay them down so it doesn't get pinched again. If you have to replace this, you'll just be going right back through the same ordeal all over again. So there's one repair, almost done. We're actually going to take and boot this up and see how it goes. I've wanted to do stuff like this for a while. I take the screw out and then set it down. I just never imagined anybody would watch it. And probably won't either. I'll probably be the only one ever watching this. I've got an audience of one. An audience of one. And come on, people. 2018. I don't need a ground strap. I touch plenty of metal. We're not shorting nothing out. It will be okay. Now, what I'm wondering, no, that don't quite have enough room to get over to the SATA cable. And we eliminate one wire, if not one, maybe two, out of the whole, out of this whole mess. Can we eliminate a wire or two? Right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure these are tight from what I did or didn't loosen on the leg. There's that. Make sure those are tight. Oh, there's no way to really show you this. But I guess we can go there. It does have a little flex, so let's see what we can and can't tuck in. Well, if we undo that, we'll get that out of the way, and then we're going to try and... What needs to go through first? This one? Yeah, we'll feed that through. Watch, this is probably just going to bundle it all up to where I create a whole new pinch point. A pinch point. It's like we're SWAT team pinch points. Where are they all going to come out at? Where's the main line? The main route out. The main route out. Escape. See, no, that's not plugging in. I know that. Yeah. Very, very poor connection. Just kind of went in a little bit and stopped. So we know that's not connected. Let's get, there it is. Finally. Snapped in. And we left one wire out. Dumb us. Okay. Unplug it. Put our one remaining wire in and then redo that connection there. There it goes. Let's try that. Okay. There's that and that cable. You know what? We're going to unplug this socket here and get these ran through here, and then we will plug that in. I don't even know what that is. I'll trace it out and tell you. So professional? No. But good at what I do and good at diagnosing and fixing stuff? Yes. But I mean, I'm as professional as any self-taught person is. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense, that how they have this stuff bent and then all that to sit in there. No way, man. I don't see that. That's unreasonable. No wonder it pinched through that. Do you think that was by design? to wear the display cable out and to maybe trick us into getting a new computer? Could it be? Could it be? By design? Ask the computer. Alright. So the HDMI switch, not the intended solution, but the old hop hog here, the HD PVR2, yeah, it needs to go. There's an audio delay, and when you have an audio delay on, I haven't figured out how when you have an audio delay on one device, you have to set a delay up in OBS, and then you have other devices running through HDMI. Okay, now I can literally go here and then here. That should, maybe, yeah, okay, that's gonna flip over to me. I haven't figured out with, I don't think you can do it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you have to set a sound. No clue what I'm talking about here, people. But when you're using one device to get video into the computer, and then you got your one device, which is your hop hog, and then you have a cam link, which cam link is over here. You can't quite see that. I don't need a delay for anything going into the cam link, and we have two cameras going into it now with a HDMI switch. Not the best solution, but it is a working solution. It let me get this out and get this done tonight, so hopefully all this works. Okay, now we have to stuff that in there too. Wow, I foresee all this being a problem. Every bit of it. Can we tuck that in? That's the one that got pinched, and they literally had all these cables bundled up right under the thing. That's not going back together like that. We're gonna work these cables in to a spot where they're not going to be pinching the heck out of each other once they get clamped under that metal. Let's work this one down in a little. We're going to tuck it into the gap. Where does this wire go anyways? Trace it out. Feeds around webcam maybe? Looks like the webcam, what, power switch. Okay, so that's the power switch wire. We're tucking it between the power switch and whatever this one is, the big one. Goes down, yeah. Other functions. So there's a USB board down here. It's probably bringing in USB or the HDMI in the headphone, and then who knows what else. So do we really have to bundle these up and pinch that all over again? I don't see that being a great solution. If we do, can we leave the power wire out of the group? That would be a blessing. If we could do that and have it go out with the SATA, and if there's enough room, I'll try and show you this. If there's enough room here, we tuck this in there, and then hopefully route this power wire out with the SATA cable for the cutout, and then it'll just be right there. Because originally they had it over here, and that was too many wires in one spot. We're going to leave a little breathing room this time and hopefully get it to work. Actually, let's pull the SATA cable. We'll actually lay this up over out of the way like that. We'll tuck it under the SATA cable. And then, oh, I like that idea. We have lots of room to come down through here. As long as there's our ground screw. Let's tighten it down. As long as our metal sits in there and nothing's close to being pinched, I don't foresee any problems. So let's lay this down and get three screws. Hold the metal shield on. You have one in the upper right of the motherboard if you're looking at it from the bottom where the leg is. You have one One's there. One here. So one in the upper right, one midway down on the right, and then one at the bottom right of the motherboard. Motherboard, funnily enough, is on the left side of this case, so. Alright, big question, big question. How's it gonna look once you lock this in on the left hand side? There's two spots where you tilt it up and then it goes and locks in, and it's gotta stop. You'll see it, you'll figure that out. Easy enough. Now let's stand it back up and take a look at the wires. We have some there. We can see that hitting and we can see that hitting. Okay, and I see right here right now where that pinch point was. Right on top of one of the wires that was there. If we tuck it over, maybe it won't get pinched this time. Let's see if we can route that wire any different and if it'll stay down. That one. I don't think it's not going to come in there very well. Definitely will not come in there. Right here. Let's try and show you, blast some more light on the subject. Maybe this will help make that show up better. Not really. Alright, I'm going to pick this up for everyone so you can get a look at it. I don't have an easily accessible camera. See, all these wires get pinched in right there. And if it was opened up by anybody, or just in manufacturing, if that wire moved out of place, which it has a tendency to do, and the metal shield went down, that's what did it. So, and if that mic, or if the computer, base of the computer's all over the mic, sorry for that one. Anyhow, let's get this guy together and boot him up, see see what it is, see if it works. We got that. And then it would be so nice to just route that over there. I don't think there's no way that can happen. There's just no way. I mean, if we wanted to run it down in there, I don't think that's even possible. There's there is little to no room on this. Little to no room for anything. How much room is there? How much can we get away? How much can we cheat on this one to get them cables over with the power? So that runs up. Okay, so that power wire did come out right with that SATA cable too. And we tucked it out of the way nicely. Now, if I like that. We're going to not jam that wire in there. We're going to feed it over here, over this way. The natural way that it was bent, actually. I know you can bend it that way, but it has a bend in the way it's taped to let it fall there. So I think it's going to go right out, hopefully, with that power wire beside the SATA cable. I could talk, I guess, like there's an audience. So you guys like fixing computers? You like fixing computers from around here? Oh my. Alright, slip the leg up. Fold our cable over, hold it, put this back down, and oh, you know what? I think it's just going to be if we can get the slack out of it, that should stay over. Let's try it. Now, if we can get it where it's touching something not sharp, that would be really great too. Now we do have it running through there. That is that cable. So that is that one that runs there. See, they ran this through there a really funny way. I don't like the way that they did it. It just does not remind me of good at all, the way it was built. But it's, you know, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to take it for what it is and say it's over. It's out of the way. It is not being pinched. Let's move this up out of the way first. There. That's out of the way, and that's out of the way. And see, when I get that, there's another one being pinched, and that is that wonderful power wire. So we'll leave that out of the picture. We'll leave that one out of the picture until we get that down. Perfect. And they're not being pinched. Now let's lift this back up and check. Is our cable still plugged into the socket nice and evenly? We're not pulling on it too much? No, we are not. That will work wonderfully to stay out of the way and not get pinched and short the system out and have it boot with a black screen. Now I know there was a few people online I was reading, again, HP forums, and they weren't happy because a few of them had taken and bought a new motherboard for this computer. Now imagine buying a new motherboard, you tear it apart, and you go and put it, replace the motherboard, put it back together, okay? It works fine, then the next morning, boom, back to the same thing. So now, is that just happened to be that the cable, when it got some breathing room with the metal shield removed, it wasn't being pinched together and shorting out? And then afterwards, after letting it run, letting some heat get through it, and that pressure with the shield down on it, it pinched through? I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I know to the people that did replace their motherboard, and then the same exact thing happened the same day after it was working, or the next day, or a week later. You boot up your HP, what is this thing? An HP Envy all-in-one 23-o014 is what this particular model is. Now, anybody that bought one of these that suffered through, it turns on, it's just a black screen, don't keep powering it on and off, because you could end up messing your hard drive up. If you know about computers, you should know that. But anyhow, the black screen, I want to say I think it's largely attributed to this cable being pinched. There's zero tolerance for any room. So do note where all your cables go and came from if you tear one of these down. Like, they gotta be pretty precise. You have no breathing room and will likely cut the cable, not cut it, but pinch it when you go and put it back together. First time I tore one of these down, I could not believe the amount of room that was left inside there. Unreal almost, you could say. Just unreal. So now with that, what do? Do I test the computer first and possibly do I test the computer first and possibly save some time, not waste, save some of my time? by testing it, or do I assemble it all the way and waste time if it doesn't work? What do we do? What do we do, people? I wish I had an audience to call it. We'd take a vote. We'd have a vote. This is a democracy, or a democracy. Oh my. You gotta entertain yourself, right? Okay, which one? Which one? This one? No. That one. Wait, I don't think. Maybe. Maybe. No. Don't be silly, boy. And this little switch here, this, not very intuitive. The way it's bent, the way this little green switch for this RAM cover is bent too, is just the way some stuff is designed. You want to push that way, even though, and I know, even though there's a sign there, an arrow beside the one saying push that way, and then rock this door up, you have a little map right on the door. But for people that are non-observant, see the one and the arrow and then the two flipping the little thing up? Yeah, for people that are not so observant, they might want to tend to pull this little switch that way and break one of the pins or break the mechanism. No, that's not what you do. Don't do it. Okay? So let's throw the RAM door on. He is clipped in. Let's put Might and White back on here. Might and White. Is that the wrong one? I'm going to throw them back on. Boom. Did we get it? Is that it? Woo! Alright, looks good. And then that one, we got what, 4 screws to go in there? I would say welcome back, but it's been a while. So let's get some stuff going out there. And then we'll be all welcoming, glad-handing. Hey, good to see you back around here. See, I had a big debate too with myself when getting some of the gear for the live stream. I really need to angle that camera up some more. But I was wondering, do I get a head-worn, like a head-worn microphone with like a waist pack that has like the little wire or the little flex thing with like the white or whatever color foam you put on it? It's going to look like a grape. Like a little grape, a black grape, a white grape, tan grape, depending on what foam you put on. I thought about getting one of those. Finally settled on a lav mic, and if it was brushing the t-shirt, sorry. That's part of this. So let's we'll go to the above cam again. And this guy up. Let's get rid of some of these mouse pads. I think we're done setting it on the screen for a little while anyways. Let's spin it around. What do you think? What do I do? Keep it down? Keep it down like that? Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, what happened there? The whole wire fell, man. That's not cool. I guess I never did hang that up, huh? Well, not important at this moment. It is in the way. You can see it dangling. Awesome. Yeah, we'll quit playing with the wire. There, we'll tuck it behind the G85. Now, let's get the power supply. We'll test this guy out. What do I do? Keep it down so you can't see it, and then reveal it on the right cam. Reveal it on the right cam or the wrong cam. literally we have 2 plastic bits to go back on one of these. So although I do like the style in which these all-in-one computers tear down, don't get me wrong, they are nice, all-in-one. You set it up, mouse, keyboard, computer, especially if it's a touch one. A very, very, very nice setup. But, nah. Not for me. Too much stuff packed in there. I know they do make some nice ones, especially some of the more recent ones. I don't have any specific models, but like the 7th, 8th gen Intel. I guess, now we're getting, 9th gen Intel? We're rumored to drop on, October 1st. Woo! Not me, I'm still rocking a, not Sandy Bridge, Ivy Bridge. So 3rd gen Intel, I believe. Is that 3rd? Yeah. 3rd gen Intel. Still rocking that at home for my gamers. i5 3570K, GTX 660 Ti, Samsung 128 boot drive, and then a bunch of 2 and 3, or 1 2 terabyte drive, 2 3 terabytes, and then 2 4 terabyte drives just for storage and media. Which is funny. I got into the whole media thing in that, and getting all the storage space for, storing all these, whatever, videos, music, movies, games even. Games take up a lot more room nowadays. Get all this storage space, and then boom, guess what? Not really an issue anymore. They got every streaming service imaginable. So, but if the internet does go down in the apocalypse, in the event that an apocalypse would unfold, or whatever, nuclear winter, martial law, I will have media provided. Now, if it's nuclear winter, I don't think I'm going to get much sunshine to solar power my media, but, I could find another way. Maybe we'll water power it. I don't know. I don't know viable options. I'm not in the power producing department. I fix computers, attempt to live stream and create podcasts, and do this stuff. So let's go back to above. And are we gonna get any power? Usually, now what did I forget? If I had to ask myself, boy, what did you forget? Oh, we got a power light. No sparks flying. No sparks flying. We got fan spin. No wires being pinched. And people on the right, we have an HP with a spinny. Let's see what state this guy's in. All right, oh, I guess I should somebody's name. I shouldn't have did that, huh? Good guy. With that, I would call this fixed. It would boot up now. Just to test. Let's press. Yeah, press on it back there. You're not getting any. Literally no issues. Okay, how do we escape? We're back out of that. Ooh, very responsive. Alright, well, we have display, so I'm going to reassemble the back of this first. Let's shut it down. And reassemble the rest, and this guy will get a call to come pick up his all-in-one tomorrow. Did anybody catch that? Did anybody catch that? I have a broken tab key on my fake mechanical keyboard. Getting a replacement sent though, so I'll have a complete keyboard again. Real quick though, let's I don't want to rag on all-in-ones like they're nothing. Okay, they have their place and their purpose. Control panel. Okay, now. Oh boy. Where's system? The one that you can't access when you right click start. You get system, but you get the Windows 10 one. You don't get this old one that you will recognize from Windows 7 and 8. Device manager. Let's see what's in this HP NV all-in-one. HP NV 23 all-in-one 23-0-014. Device manager. Alright. I don't think... Ooh, we got a little bit of lag. So, there it goes. There it goes. Alright. Norton, don't complain. We will turn you back on soon enough. So, audio, obviously Realtek HD. Is that Realtek high definition audio? Realtek high definition audio. I'm not going to run through it all. The system does have Bluetooth. Broadcom 4.0, so not a bad Bluetooth. 1 megapixel webcam. Is that really enough for webcams? I don't think. Forget the hard drive. Intel HD graphics 4600. So what, we got a 4th gen Intel CPU in this? Processor. Core i5 4570T. So I had a 3570K in my desktop at home. I have. It's not the T. I don't understand Intel's designation sometimes, and I never really kept up with it. Alright. Thank you, anyone for watching. This was the fix for the HP Envy 23 all-in-one, model number 23-0-014. You power it on and you have a black screen. You reboot it, you have a black screen. You create a BIOS recovery USB or disk and try to boot it with that. Still black screen, nothing. Just, you can see that it's lit up and nothing on it. Just a blank black screen. One of the first things I would recommend trying to check out and fix is going to be, I forget this is a touch screen. Oh, we'll go ahead and turn this up for this guy. But one of the first things I suggest trying to fix is right here on the metal shield I showed you earlier in the video. The cable that runs from down here that actually plugs into the LCD runs up and across. Yes. Bad, bad, bad. For now though, before I go back to this one, let's shut this down. What? Ooh, we got it. Let's say shut down. We'll fix Norton that later. We got one other thing we can do quick. Should I do another repair? What time is it? Yes, it's getting late. I think the repairs can wait. Are we off? We are off. Get this thing out of the way. We will reassemble it. I did say that. We're not pinching the hand cables like that. No, should go right back together. Alright, all locked in, looking good. Let's put the RAM and hard drive cover back on. Wrong. Mooch better, mooch better. Alright, slides in, slide the tabs in, lock it in, and we will get back to this guy in a little bit. I moved all my stuff into the way. Back to the bench. Back to the bench. Is this the one? I think this is it, isn't it? Yes, that's the next bit with the milky keyboard. This means if I'm not mistaken, this is the HP that was bumped into an HP that was bumped into a corner when walking, but there's a dent in the wall, I think, is from the rumor mill, and it just sits and spins and spins and spins and actually does nothing. So yeah, it can't even find the hard drive. And on top of that, on top of not finding the hard drive, it has a smart hard disk error. So we know that hard drive is probably, the heads are probably stuck. It may not even be spinning up if it took a hard enough hit. So let's power it off. Get the light back on. I'm going to flip this down. Where did they go? There they are. Anybody out there have big mouse mats? Send me some. I'm talking huge ones. Hey, I wish I could chill for I fix it. I would. I dig their little screwdriver kit. Alright, what do we got here? I wanted this exact model laptop at one time, I think. Is it the Intel one or the AMD? Tell me your model number, HP. So it's an HP 15F387. F? Either F or R, I'm not sure. It's an F387WM. So F387, I believe this is the Intel version, if I'm not mistaken. Boy, you really don't want to come out of there, do you? Much pride. Nope, just them little tabs locking down. They actually not broken. They got a good grip. So, what's surprising about this model here was when I opened these up, you have a couple different versions, a couple different iterations throughout this body style. Some are touchscreen, some are not. Some are touchscreen and they even have glass over them, which gives you a little bit thicker of a lid, thicker profile on the lid. And some of them were touchscreen that just had, you know, a screen like this with no glass, no digitizer over the front. I don't know how well they worked. This one has the stickers off, so we don't know if it's Intel or not. We could bring up the specs. I don't have anything set up in OBS yet to pull up the browser for. It's a work in progress, under construction. I should just put an image up. Just boom, plastered right across the screen, under construction. Alright, now we got the door off. We don't have access to the hard drive with that. It is right here, and if you can't tell, on these models, and we have quite a few of these come through here. I believe they have a low-end i3 version, one of these, and they have a Intel Atom, a Celeron or an Atom version, one of these, and then they have the multiple AMD versions of these computers, these HP. All of them pretty much built the same, all have basically the same layout on this side. Nice, thin, light budget computer. I don't know where people were getting them. Like QVC, Best Buy, maybe. Walmart, although, unless my Walmarts are just not big enough, I don't remember not seeing them. So, we got the battery out, we got the door off. There is no... Or wait, the battery's out, the door's off, no hard drive. It is located here, back on track here. Do we need the RAM out to open it? We might. So let's go ahead and pull the RAM. Yes, plastic's there, it won't open up. Wi-Fi card, I believe, does have to come out, if my memory serves me right with these models. So go ahead, pull the Wi-Fi card out, set up the RAM, return the screw back to where it came from. That's one way of not losing it. You can pull this screw and pull the ROM. If we want to keep that safe, we will attempt to put it back into the ROM. Just remember to take that out before you go to shove it back in. You might bend your arm, break some plastic, who knows. Alright, simplest way on these. You pull all the screws around the perimeter and under the RAM door cover, RAM and Wi-Fi card cover. There's a few screws in there. And we're actually missing that one. So pull these out and continue on our way. This one, hard drive, no good. Hard drive, bounced off wall, bounced off corner. Hard drive, possibly thrown into wall with computer. We don't know, but let's find out. Alright, back to the zoom shot. One of them things where, and this is after hours. Funny that it's after hours, yet I'm doing work. Need to cut the thumbnails a little long. They rip through my gloves. That's probably like counterintuitive to the point of having gloves on, but hey, it's okay. I'll keep most of the dirt off my hands. Alright, we'll set him in there. Got that. I watch some live streams. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there, some of the people that I dig and that I'm into. I don't understand what my stream health is, and maybe I have to tweak some further settings. As far as I know, it isn't buffering for anybody out there. And that could be considered an extremely good thing, that it's not buffering. So, alright, we got that guy almost loose, and we have a few more screws once we get these up that are not in the most common of area. I can tell you a funny story. Oh my. I'll go ahead and throw this out there in the air. A lady had one of these from a couple towns away, and she wanted it fixed for like $10, and she would, if we could repair her laptop for $10 and what was I saying? Oh yeah, if we could repair her laptop for $10, she would give us this other computer and pay us the $10, and we could fix her broken screen. And it was an AMD version one of those laptops. I'm not used to being able to step away from the mic and keep talking. I have this wireless loud mic on, so let's get the magnet to pull out the that screw. Alright, screws out. So this lady had one of these, an AMD version, one of these laptops. Okay, and like I said, a few towns away. Her story was that she had somebody that she had look at it and try to fix it. If I can find a way to drag this story out until I get to the part where I'm going to show you, which it's only a few screws away, so hopefully I can ramble on long enough for everybody out there to not lose the interest of the masses. All right, we got to an hour, so not a lot done. We probably could have been done a lot quicker without talking constantly. All right, this lady had one of these, a broken screen. The screen just come up black. She had somebody try to fix it and did or didn't know what they were doing. Does the battery really cover that? If it does, kudos HP on your design. It does. I never knew that. Okay, cool. I really like these HP. I wish you made them with higher end hardware in them. Anyhow, lady had this thing, one it fixed, said she'd give us $10, $15, and this old laptop. It was like an old Toshiba or Compaq, something with a Celeron Mobile in it, or a Core Duo, maybe something like that. I'm not sure what was exactly in. I don't want to break that socket, so let's go ahead and give it. There it is. I just wasn't trying in the right spot. A Celeron M or a Core Duo, some old laptop, okay? $10 in that laptop if we could fix her one of these that she had. Now when it got here, I guess if you're a manufacturer, you could see that there was signs of something being torn apart. And why am I separating these? Underside, internal underside, top side. I guess if you're a manufacturer, you could see that these have been torn apart, and there would be signs, maybe scratches on the screw heads if they look that far into it. I don't know. I'm not HP or Dell or Asus, however you want to say it. You know, I don't inspect for warranty in that. But when I got a computer in front of me, I could tell it had been torn apart, not by looking at the screw heads. This lady's computer had been torn apart, and it was obvious, blatantly, insanely obvious that her computer had been torn apart. Because there were pry marks in the plastic, which is not uncommon. Excuse me, people. Which is not uncommon when ripping one of these computers apart. Yes, you're going to get, if you use metal tools, you're going to get pry marks in the plastic. Okay? Now the thing is, the pry marks in the plastic, and I just totally ripping apart the gloves I'm wearing by doing this. Fingernails. Let's get our little tool out. Ooh, dum-dum. What did you do? I have a curse. I almost always leave one screw in these. Let me look it over. Almost always this model, I'm notorious for leaving a screw in. Back to this lady's computer. $10 and an old useless laptop if we could fix her AMD version of one of these. Okay? Now, much better. Much do. Much stuff. Much do. You could tell as soon as you looked at it that it had been ripped apart and ripped apart with some force. that is not exaggerating. That is to say it lightly. Not only were there pry marks, there was a little bit and a lot of bit of everything going on with her laptop. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you this as soon as I get this separated. Exactly what I'm talking about. You could see on hers that there were pry marks. I don't think it comes that way. I think it comes off this side first. Let's take a little look, a little see. Okay, yep, this side, and you pull it out. Once you get that up, stand it up. and you can undo the back, but don't pry up too far. I don't know that everything's detached yet. Unless, yes, that's the Asus. Okay, so set that there. On hers, and you can see where the seam is, where I separated that, okay? You can see there's still a seam here, and it doesn't come apart at that seam. It will, if you pry enough. You can separate it on this seam around the bottom. It comes apart around the top, so you have a basically flat piece. Hers had all these brutal flathead prime marks in this seam the whole way around. After taking the screws out, they had just about separated it 3/4 of the way around this seam. And what they did, it wasn't a broken screen. What they had done when they had pried like that is they had gotten in and pried and broke stuff on the motherboard. So that is what was wrong with that particular model. She didn't get it fixed for $10. There's no way that was happening. And like I said, toward the beginning of this repair here, the hard drives in this area on these, all models that I've seen, and I've ripped apart probably 10, 15 of this particular computer, both Intel and AMD. There's your hard drive. Yeah. This area to the right of the RAM when looking at it with the battery toward the upside down, boom. You can finagle these out of there. I don't recommend it without taking any screws out. Take out the screw for this little USB header. Unplug it from here, pull it out, and boom. You do have a sticker usually stuck down for the SATA cable. Get that up and pull the hard drive out. Now what we're going to do with this, we'll get out, and sorry for the dog pile, but we're going to take 4 screws out and get out of my mini micro, my extra medium gloves. These gloves, I keep them extra medium. Throw these screws in with these because they're different. We know that. They're silver. Don't lose the silver screws. Oh no, what did you break? What did you break now? Alright, so how many more we got? One. We're gonna pull out my new super computer. My not so mini, not so micro Dell Inspiron 15. Inspiron 15. What is this thing? It's an Inspiron 15 3000 series. I think it's a 3543. Is that on the bottom of it? Am I nuts? That's not on the bottom, but I think that's what it's considered. An Inspiron 3543. It do have touchscreen. It do have power button. We'll power up the Dell. Alright, Mr. Sir, where did you stick that cable at? Where do? What that? We'll look. Yeah, I'll keep that out. That may come in handy. I may need that. What I need right now is my USB 3 2.5 inch cable for hard drive. We can take this one. That's the USB 2 one. Where did Boss Man put the other one? Well, finally, a day where he put something I can't find. Me no find. Me no find, me no fun. No it. No it, no there. Did he throw it back in my dog pile here? Maybe. Maybe not. Most likely not. Yes. Oh, right in front of my face. I must have looked at it 3 times. Okay. Super Inspiron 1545. We need to start typing. Okay, let's go to the above. The above. Backspace. I'm not going to give my password out, believe that or not. Alright. Boom. Take our USB 3 to SATA. We could stick it in the toaster on the desktop, but we'll do this over here for everybody. Is it going to work? I don't know. But you can find out with me. Alright. Where's the U sub 3? U sub 3? The blue socket. Much blue socket? No blue socket? Oh, that one says SS. Okay, so that's our SS socket. Our U sub 3. Okay. Hard drive do spin. So the hard drive do spin. However, you hear it spin and it goes. Is this thing gonna recover? Let's try and pull it up. I just got this, so I don't have all my software on it. It is not much action from that. It sounds like it tries to read and then it beeps out. It checks out. So let's see. Yeah, Explorer's locked up, so most likely not responding. That does have it locked up. Let's go here and put type COMP computer management. Good enough for me. Now if it actually opens that, I will be even more amazed. Yeah, Explorer's locked up. So let's close Explorer. Explorer no respond. Okay, computer quit crashing after trying to read that hard drive. Computer management again. Computer management. Disk management. Now, it's already from the symptoms. Pretty much this thing is not. This hard drive is toast, people. Okay, let's see. We'll let you hear. We'll let you hear noise that it makes. Here we go. Did it come up? It tried. Oh my, it tried. It came up and then instantly vanished. So let's do an action. Let's rescan the disks. Rescan disks. It's really trying. I don't think it's gonna work here. I don't foresee it working. So no work. Now, at least not yet. What do we do in this case? Well, go ahead. We're gonna shut down. Let's shut this down. I'm proud of this. Dell, probably one of my favorite third. Yeah, not third. What? They're a big manufacturer. They're like kind of like a big box store. They are one of the big box stores of the computer manufacturer world, Dell, HP. They're not as third party as like some other companies. They do make whole computers. I don't think they make individual components. Maybe, I don't know. But Dell, one of my favorites. So we have Inspiron 1545. No, it's not 1545. Inspiron 15 3000 3543, I think. 3453, one of those. So we need this person's name. I have her name there. We will find label. Let's find a label and put a name on it so we don't lose this hard drive. Slap a label on it and call it good. We need to retrieve an SSD. Yeah, I didn't spell it right, but you know what? We'll know whose it is. Need to retrieve an SSD, and then SSD goes into the computer. We do have a used one. I think she opted for that instead of paying for a new one. Not bad either way. I don't think you could go wrong. So we know whose this is. In any doubt that an SSD helps a computer, I mean, just suspend that disbelief that it doesn't help a computer right now. This poor thing is, sadly, it's a budget. It's one of the ones you can find at the bigger Walmarts in like I don't want to say metropolitan area, but a bigger area. A little smaller in like Pittsburgh or Philly. You know, definitely bigger than our little town here. A budget one. You can find these at Walmart's, Best Buy. Best Buy would probably definitely have one of these. Maybe a Target. You can get them online from Dell. But it only has one RAM slot. It has one RAM slot, and then I have an SSD in the hard drive spot, and then I have an OptiBay adapter, which an OptiBay is basically just a CD-ROM adapter, and it goes in, you put your door on it, goes in, gives you room to slot a hard drive in, SATA hard drive, or a SATA adapter to SATA or M.2 hard drive adapter in there, and I, carry extra data with me instead of a ROM that I really don't use. I didn't put it in this one yet. It is in my old computer. But back to the point. I'm talking about too much. I should make a separate live stream, separate video. Don't disbelieve. We're going to go from a cold start again. We're going shut down, cold start, unplug. So unplugged without power, it is, I don't know if it's throttled a little bit at start. I don't think. When running Windows it is though. But here, cold start, boom. Power light, Dell, spinny, log on, and I'm to the password point. Which y'all can't see that. Boom. And gets to a desktop. So, faster than a conventional hard drive, yes. We'll talk more about SSDs in another live stream. For now, we're going to shut this guy down and pull out the SSD that this lady wants. So, let's get this out of the way and get this nice lady's SSD for her. Anybody's got coffee? It's coffee time. Have a drink. Woo! Why computers, you may ask? Well, I don't know. I've always liked electronics. Love tearing stuff apart. It's one of the things I enjoy, one of the things I like. So, back to we'll leave it there for a minute, for the time being. Look at all these computers stacked up. Oh my goodness. That's an Asus. What is that? That's his. That's a used one. And that's one being worked on. We do sell used computers. And you can buy used. That never hurt nobody. Buying used. What is this? We don't know what that is. I know what that is. That goes back in the dog pile. Okay, we'll put that there safely. we will get one of these safely. This was the computer that I was using previously to the Dell. Being that I got up to, I think, 5th gen Intel on that Dell, even though it's low end, Core i3, I'll take the Core i3 over the, like, not that AMD's bad, AMD's good budget, but I had I think 5th gen in this. 5th gen Core i3, Core i5, I don't know. Let's look at the sticker. Core i3. So I had 5th gen Core i3 in this. Impressed. Went to 5th gen Core i3 in the Dell. I like this computer here. Just I like the Dell more. So what we're going to do is retrieve the hard drive from inside this thing. We'll do it. Ah! Nothing like being a fool right in a live stream, but hey, somebody's got to do it. I'll sign up gladly. Alright, people, here we go. Long, boring live stream. Continuing. Where am I at? I'm at 121. We are going to quickly retrieve the hard drive out of this. As quick as I know how. And then reassemble and get the hard drive for this other one. So let's pull these out. From here. Out. There. Should be able to pull that out, but I think it might be locked in. Yeah, I'm not ripping the door off of it, even though I just did. I'm not taking it that route. I will. I want to try and plug it back on, but if I just broke my AfterHours, I did. Oh, that's right. This one's sandwiched in there. So before I break it, I'm going to stop there. Going to definitely stop there before I break this computer. It is roasting hot in here right now. You guys would never know it by not being here. However, I promise you it's hot in here. Oh my. Can we get it back together? We got it to click in. Yes. Good enough? I don't know. But back together nonetheless. Okay, this, if I'm not mistaken, you just give a little pry along the top. Don't pry too hard because it is clipped, but it'll come unclipped, and then take it out. It has sticky tack, double-sided tape on the bottom side. So we're still not to the hard drive in this particular model. I'm glad I didn't keep pulling. The AfterHours is locked in right here. So while we're at it, let's take and it just slides right out. This is the computer I was using. Here is my 640 gig Seagate. And, you know, personally, if you ask me, Seagate, WD, those are about the two brands I trust for conventional solid state. Samsung, Crucial, really anybody with solid state, as long as they're not too crazy generic, I don't mind them. How many screws do we got to go through right here to get to? I don't think we have to go through any to get to the hard drive. Amazing, right? I know. Is there more stuff that needs unplugged? We could unplug the battery. We will undo the trackpad. So battery and trackpad gone. That's about all we can unplug from there. The battery I don't think will come out yet. Not until we open this guy up and retrieve or remove screws. I think the battery is still locked in. So let's go ahead and get this popped open. No screws. Okay. Yep, there it goes. Popped right open when I was looking at it. Battery comes out. We're going to set it over here out of the way. And look at that. The SSD. I'm going to pen these screws out. So. Pull these couple screws. This I'm going to reassemble real quick. I really don't want to. I want to go home. It is late. And if there is a watcher out there, thank you so very much. Put them with the rest. Everything else is over here. There's that there. It is late. I want to go home. I know it sounds crazy, believe it or not, but it's the truth. I want to go home. It's late. And go see my sleeping son. My daughter's not home, and go yak yak. Yak 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 with the wife a little. The constantly working, never stopping. That's just one of those things you got to do. You know. This is paradise. You know, the work, the people, the wife, the kids. I think it's paradise. You know, living the dream. Yeah, sure. I don't know whose dream though. No, just kidding. It's somebody's dream. It's somebody's dream. Alright, and we have an SSD. 240 gig. Generic brand. But you know what? It will work for this lady. It is used. Used as in it has had an operating system installed on it. So that's not the way they line up, silly boy. That's how they line up. Where do I? Right here? Right here. Alright. Let's put this fine laptop back together. Lenovo, you make nice machines. Not all of them are up to the par of the old ThinkPads, but I'll tell you what, this 5th gen Intel, I wasn't complaining. You know what, it was hella nice. I enjoyed it. I used it for a few weeks. You know, I had a Toshiba before that, 2 Toshibas. I had a desktop replacement, too heavy, too big, too bulky, didn't even fit in my backpack. Then I jumped down to a smaller Toshiba that I revived out of the garbage pile with it shouldn't even been alive. Another one I revived out of the garbage pile, and then I bought a nice used computer after the Lenovo. But Lenovo, you make solid computer, not up to the specs of the old ThinkPads, but still very nice. I will not kick on, will not complain. Yes, there are those 2 screws I said about that lets the battery come out. You think it's these, unless you've torn one of these apart before. You think it's these 2 screws. No, that just helps hold the bottom on. You actually, once you get the bottom off, these 2 will let you pull it out. But we'll cover that in another one. I may actually rip this back down, do a tear down on it, just for something to say for a live stream. I know this isn't your glorious Netflix or Hulu Plus, or name your Name your streaming service or social network or YouTube or none of that, but it is fun for me. I hope it's fun for you, and I hope you learned something. The best way for me to learn is to exploit my foils and follies live, and we'll do it live to the internet. Instead of recording, we will stream it. Coffee break, people. We gotta have some coffee. Not bad. My stream quality, my stream health is not great right now. And there's like a 3-second delay from when I see it on my monitor to when it actually happens. People, I may have to mute the mic and cool down with the AC for a few minutes. It is roasting in here, like absolutely just tropical nightmare. Okay, where's the Lenovo drive, I think. Oh, okay, yes, I put it up. I do have it. I'm not going to put the Lenovo ROM back in yet. The door's on my other thing. I'll handle that tomorrow. Like I said, I want to go home. What else can we do? We can put the keyboard back in. Silly. So let's do that, and we're going to end this stream, I think. I really do want to try to keep the hat out of your way. Maybe I could go without wearing a hat for this stuff. That would be interesting, seeing how I've worn a hat for pretty much every job ever. Every job ever, unless it was like, I don't remember any jobs where I couldn't wear a hat. Alright, we got some stuff done. I have another problem with this computer here. This one. Not this thing. This one. And we'll live stream about it tomorrow. Hell, why not? My whole computer's coming back apart. I need to put the screws to it. Oh. You know what? Not important, because I will do it later. But for right now, I will put this back in. Oh, you know what? I have to. Sorry, I lied. We're going to do it live on the air. Let's pop our keyboard back out quick. And, and our screw that goes into where the CD-ROM goes. Meaning we won't be able to plug the ROM in until we rip this back down. But, that's not it. Where did that come from? It should be this one? There we go. Alright, that holds the ROM in. Alright. That's back in. Reassemble. I don't know where this went. But I have all those. Maybe this is one I just knocked over. I know it goes here. I know where it's at. I know what's up. Alright, reassemble this. I think we can put the SSD into I believe, is it that one of these locks down the keyboard. 3 of them do, I think, actually, but I only have the one. When you take and revive computers from the garbage, from the scrap pile, generally they don't have all the screws to them. So my gloves are ripped. They didn't survive. I'm buying some bigger ones. What do you think, though? White or black? Tell me, white or black? Nobody in the chat. 0 watching. Yes, it's true. 0 watching. Wonder who was watching. Who watches this crap? I want to go home. I finally lost them. And people, we are almost back to the HP. And even though it's Eagles, I'm not into football. This is just leftover. We're back to the HP. So let's figure out which way the hard drive goes back in there, and we have to have room on, hard drive, sorry. The SSD is going to actually plug in according to the SATA cable like that. So, in looking at this one, should be easy enough to tell. We have plenty of clearance there. However, I do believe this goes this way. So let's test it. We'll lock it in there and there. Better yet, you know what? It's marked. So let's do this. Boom and boom. Looks good? Bad? What do you say? Can we... And that will sit there, and that other board will lock it down. Yes, looks good to me. So let's pull it out. Put the screws to it. that was quite a popular thing at one point. I heard my dad used to I try to help and you put the screws to me. Every time and put the screws to me, and then talking to other people. He'd say it in jest. He would say it in jest, say it in anger. Not really, I don't want to call it anger. Say it when he was wound up, worked up a little. He would just say it. So, one of my favorite things. I don't say it a whole lot, but it is funny. Especially, I guess now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to sound more like old Pop. And, starting to sound more like old Pop and talk like him. And I've been told I look like him, but I don't think so. I'm not quite that old yet. But I'm steadily moving on up. Moving on up in age. I got another day today though, so I'm thankful for that. Let's put this one in the books and go home, and hope and pray for another day tomorrow. But for right now, we'll be thankful for today. We're here, we got to do something we love. Hopefully somebody learned something. Locked my glove in there. Hopefully somebody learned something. I got to do something that I loved. I'm going to see the people I love. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Words of wisdom, I don't have any. Find your own words of wisdom. Try and live the best life you can. And that may sound stupid, I know. But you know what? It's real. Try and live the best life you can. Treat other people good, man. Hopefully my mics did not die. I'm guessing no, because I still see audio output. So, does my hat kind of does get in the way. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to find another solution. Maybe I'll be, what do you think? Should I be the cool guy? Should I be a bad Roman Atwood clone and have the trucker cat on backwards? I could do it, but you know. Alright. This is the one out of the HP. We're going to keep it with it for reference for now. And like I was saying earlier when this repair started, these motherboards are real similar. They even have the screw holes laid out for if this motherboard is in the 15-inch version of this, or 14-inch version, because one screw hole is different. But yeah, $10 in an old useless computer to fix hers, and they pried it apart, and that thing was absolutely destroyed. Like legit, it looked like a shark had chewed on it around the edges. There were pieces even missing. A great battle. A great battle. World War III had almost started around the edges of this laptop. It was rough, so needless to say, we didn't fix it. She was desperate to get online there, the dear old lady. Poor dear old lady, whatever. So we got her online with a fairly nice used computer we had here. We deal a lot with used computers and new builds. Alright. You know what we should have did though, was formatted that drive first before putting it in here. But it's okay, we can format it when we install it. We'll do that then, not now. So, with my ripped, shabby, latex, stretchy, sweaty gloves, I'm going to put this thing back together and organize my bench a little and go see my amazing family, who without I would not be here every day doing this stuff, you know. Like, I do all this for them, but in turn they do what they do for me, because without them there would be no me. So if you're watching, which I doubt you are, I'm coming to see you guys real soon. Shortly, this cat will be home with the other bad cats, monkeys, babies, wives, women and children. One more. Bird is the word. Went in a little crooked. Alright. Looks good. These screws, not important. They were for this hard drive. So not so important. Let's go ahead. That's up. Install this into the socket. And clip it back down. I hate FPC sockets. Surface mount FPC sockets with gloves on. It's not my favorite thing to mess around with. And if I find a particularly stubborn one, I will unglove. And yeah, not stick with it then. Alright, are we snapped in yet? I think we are. Snapped in. Alright. Couple more. And we're going to call this thing wrapped up for the day. It is blazingly hot here. Keeping most of the dirt off my hands, however the fingertips are going to be dirty and filthy. Why the thumbnails? And, well, you know, fingernails are not quite as hard as plastic, and when I can, if I'm not wearing gloves, I do pry stuff open with them, so they do help that. But too long, you know, and you gotta cut them or you gotta paint them. I think drag's okay. Drag's gonna be the new thing toward the end of 2018. Just kidding. Not for who can I appropriate today, or who can we appropriate today? That was what I asked my amazing co-host Tim in our last podcast. Who are we gonna appropriate today? Not in seriousness, in jest. Obviously in jest. I don't buy the culture appropriation thing. People, when you're passionate about something, doing something, or speaking out about something, like I'm passionate about technology and listening to podcasts, creating podcasts, and messing with technology, learning about technology. I am passionate about that stuff, 100%. And it should show, because I've been computers well over 20 years. Closer to like almost 30 years with computers. And just electronics in general. That's passionate. If you're not, if somebody doesn't care about something and they've offended you, and you're raging out on them, speaking out about it, why are you gonna be mad for like this week? And then seriously, it's not a joke. It's like I see some people online, they're just so mad about something, and then next week it's something else. It's like literally like, holy fuck, what are we mad about now? I forgot, I lost count, I don't know. You know, what are we going to be mad about next? Well, don't be mad about something for a week, or be upset, or be for a cause for that week. Be about it. I'm not saying you have to have 20 years into it, but come on. And this stuff about you have to care about everything. If you don't care, you're an asshole. And we've brought this up multiple times on the podcast. This isn't a podcast, so I feel free and very capable of bringing it up here as well. If you don't care about nothing, you're an asshole, you know. That's what these easily offended outrage culture gets mad about. Oh, yeah, asshole, you don't care about nothing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you care about something, well, you can't care about everything. So you're the asshole too. So what do? You know, you sit back and watch and do. You don't have to not do nothing, but damn. You gotta be mad for more than a week. You'll lose count, man. 52 weeks in a year, you're gonna be able to name 52 things that you were outraged about? No, come on. Passion is when you stick with something and keep doing it. Even though it's hard and the road is long and it takes perseverance. That is passion, that is determination. And the will to stay with something, whether it be beliefs, a hobby, not just a week. That is young, confused minds, I do believe. Young, confused, not as knowledgeable is what I would say there. Easily led. Peer pressure. Well, not really peer pressure maybe, but you know. We'll go back there. That makes more sense. So, find something you like to do. Try something new. You might like it too. You don't have to stick with the same old thing, you know, vanilla or chocolate. Strawberries, blueberries, raw cane sugar, vanilla ice cream, and ice. Thumbs up, man. One heck of a drink. I have one or two every day. Contrary to popular belief, by looking at the cup, I do not buy them at Sheetz. I used to. I now make my own at home. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, and people with that, I think Elvis is just about to leave the building. We got one more screw. A ROM. And the screw for it. Alright, that's in. Let's put the cover back on. What did they do? An injustice and do 4 gigs and 4 gigs of RAM in this computer? Let's see. Is it 4 gigs? Yes, it is. I don't want to say 4 gigs is the baseline. I mean, you can get by with it with Windows 10, but come on, man. We're talking Windows 10. 8 gigs should be your minimum. To have a good experience, I would say 8 gigs. You can probably most definitely get away with less. But, again, I say 8 gigs should be your minimum. Just because 4 gigs will work, don't think that 8 gigs won't do you justice. Your computer will run a little quicker. let's get this Wi-Fi antenna clipped on and put this door on and get out of this joint. Alright. Do it now. Did I do it? Yes, I did it. Alright. Clip. And the screw. Juice it up. And that is that. Ready to go. We'll bring this with it. This is a repair for tomorrow as well. This is a repair for tomorrow. We got to get the install going. So if we go back to me, and then we go back to 2. Is 2 going to load? It is. Is it on? And it is. Thank you, people. Alright, thanks for watching. We did the HP Envy 23 all-in-one 23-0-014. We replaced the display cable on that. No more black screen. We're going to turn his Norton and that back on and get everything tip-top running in that one. We got the hard drive installed into what is it? Oh, hard drive installed into the HP. This HP here, the HP 15F387WM. It is installed there. So with that, I think we're gonna call it a wrap. We will call it a wrap, and we will see you again hopefully tomorrow. Maybe we'll live stream a shorter one, much shorter, and see what's up. We can do the install on that. We have this other stuff to figure out. We got all disk space used and not sure why. But with that, people, I'm wrapping. Have a good evening. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Do something different. Do something good. Live your life. Life is good.